What's up, Kart Lifers? Sammy D here, covering Mario Kart Tour, and today, Wave 4 of the Booster Course Pass, another soundtrack reaction for you guys. This is gonna be really fun. I played the tracks, I cannot wait to hear the music. I actually played the DLC without the sound on, which if you know me, I need sound in my Mario Kart, so that says a lot for how much I'm putting into this video for you guys. It's gonna be fun. These are my personal reactions, analysis of the music. I'm a musician, producer, and just my opinion. I like what I like, and you guys have made this video series such a huge success. So much so that I had this idea we could do a special soundtrack reaction video where you guys choose the songs I listen to. So I posted another video on my channel. I need you to go comment there. Don't comment here. Just go to my channel. Like, there's a Kart Life channel, videos, and yeah, right here. Viewer's choice. You choose the best soundtracks for me to react to. Comment here, but please comment one track from a soundtrack, not like a list of 15, because we're gonna have people voting on the winners. And you can see there's already the one with the most votes right now, Calamari Incantation from Splatoon from Acing Games. So suggestions like this that are getting a lot of upvotes, I'm definitely gonna be reacting to in this special. So check it out. We are, guys, so close to 7,000 subscribers. So crazy. I started this channel to cover Mario Kart Tour. I love the in-depth strategy and meta analysis of that game, and so much fun with so many great tracks and characters. We're covering it here on this channel. If you want to see more about Mario Kart Tour, do have a look around the channel. I'm glad you're here for it. It's an awesome time to be a Mario Kart fan with Booster Course Pass and Mario Kart Tour going on right now. But be one of those who helps us reach 7,000 subscribers. I know you guys are going to do it because every time I post a Mario Kart 8 video, it's like a general rule for YouTubers right now. Post a Mario Kart 8 video, get hundreds of subs in like a few day period. So smash that subscribe button, and here we go. Let's get into it, guys. Wave 4, I cannot wait. So many great soundtracks. A few Mario Kart Tour City tracks we're gonna hear for the first time, played by the Mario Kart 8 band. And guys, never shout out their actual name, but Dimension is the Mario Kart 8 band. And I don't know if like the folksy, like acoustic ones are also done by Dimension. They haven't released the full soundtracks of the new versions. I assume so, but I cannot wait to hear what they do with all this. And the first one is Amsterdam Drift. Okay, this is a weird one. So we're going to go back to the original Mario Kart Tour soundtrack where this music and this theme and this track debuted. The soundtrack for each city track seems to somehow be inspired by music from that place. You know, you had like old Dixieland jazz with New York, and you had Parisian waltz with Paris. So I remember when they announced the Amsterdam tour, we were like, what's the music gonna be like? What is Amsterdam music? And we were listening to like old folk music. It's really fun in Mario Kart Tour trying to anticipate what the soundtracks are gonna be like based on the folk music of that place. And what we got was probably the most bizarre reaction any of us ever had to any of the city soundtracks. I might be able to clip it right here. Here we go. The music. Okay, hold on a second. It's almost got a reggaeton beat. I thought it might be a waltz. The first thing you hear is this chanting chorus of people. We were all like, what? But you'll have like an awesome accordion going, tambourine, drums. You're basically, I think, in a bar setting. This is my interpretation of this song. You guys know you like to party in Amsterdam. This is a bunch of people in a pub singing and getting more drunk and more sloppy. Listen to the drums, getting so offbeat. Gets so offbeat there, it's hilarious. Like, here's a live looking at this Amsterdam pub right now as this music is going on. It's a total jig, you know, and I don't know if it directly one-for-one correlates to like any music anyone can pinpoint coming from the Netherlands, but to me this is just like a good old folk bar scene and everyone having a good time. So sloppy right there, but you really have a live band feeling here. So I'm really wondering, I love this, that droning acoustic strum. It's so cool. But what I'm wondering is, will the Mario Kart 8 version slickify everything where it sounds tighter? You know, I wonder if they'll lean harder into this drunken bar jig kind of vibe. So let's take it, listen to it. Oh my gosh. Whew, this is highly anticipated. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Triangle. Church bells, chimes. There's already a harmony on an organ. We have triangle, much more percussion. Oh, the bass is adding a couple little mutes right before the downbeats. It gives a little more impact on each downbeat. There's a what do you call it? What are those things called? Jaw harp. So they're just throwing in every like silly little instrument that you could have lying around, maybe at a bar, and everyone's getting involved in the action. A little glockenspiel in the back. This is pretty tight, actually. This is not drunk enough. They did not drink enough shochu or sake during this recording session. Wow. Okay, that section was a little bit, they loosened up a little bit for that. It's cool. I love that. That high harmony is on like a combo organ up at top. I think it's a good version. It's pretty faithful. It spruces it up. Extra players, extra percussion, extra parts, extra harmonies, just like any great Mario Kart 8 Deluxe soundtrack would. So we'll go on to Riverside Park next. Now back all the way to the original Riverside Park soundtrack. It's interesting listening to these old GBA soundtracks because they have a cool retro sound to them. It's really sometimes hard to capture the magic of a simple like chiptune, soundtrack from the Super Nintendo era when you have a big band, everything sounds highly produced. So let's see how this track evolved over time, this soundtrack that is. So the original is like this. I mean, the drum part is almost like a drum machine. It is. It sounds cool. This almost sounds like Kraftwerk or some kind of, like electronic band. It's not supposed to sound like that. It's supposed to be emulating a real, like, jungle-themed, kind of tropical song. You have like hand drums and woo-woo, like flutes and things like this. But you also have the horn, which is obviously like the Donkey Kong saxophone and trumpets, the horns from Donkey Kong. In fact, it kind of like sounds very similar to one of the original Donkey Kong melodies. And then Mario Kart Tour, it's way more fleshed out. It's got real timbales and drums. I gotta say that is really cool, like the looping. It's a really cool soundtrack. You have marimbas. So this is Tour, right? So we're gonna have it's got a slight swing and behind the beat feeling to that, whatever the reed instrument is that's playing the melody there. So let's go, big band style. What do we have for Riverside Park? Oh, it's slow. Interesting, the whole groove is different. It's slower and the drum beat is more like it syncopates and accentuates this rhythm and it's slightly slower. I want to say like 3 BPM slower. Oh, such cool instruments in this. Oh, I love the multiple mallet instruments. This is cool. Okay, we have a sax doubling the bass line. So lots of horns. They're really milking it. They're giving the extra intro of percussion before they start anything. Okay, nice. Unison horns doing the melody. It sounds really good. Oh. Oh. Guys, cool down here. The drums stopped. I don't know how I feel about, oh wow. Full-on triplet timbale fill. I don't know how I feel about them doing those stops so suddenly. I kind of wish the groove like chugged on, but this is still so vibey. Someone should mix this, like remix this like actual techno remix. I'm feeling this so hard, man. Shaker coming in. That cymbal is cool. It's not even a crash. Like the drummer brought in a special effect cymbal there. You got a crash cymbal, you got like a ride cymbal, you got a China cymbal, and you have like a splash cymbal, which is like a small like. This almost sounds like a splash, but it's almost like a special effect cymbal that's somewhere in between a splash and like a trash cymbal, meaning it's kind of bent up or it has a cool like weird like almost like wrong sound right here. That is a cool cymbal choice, and only one hit in the entire song. You love when the drummer is tasteful enough to have only one cymbal hit at a certain time. It's so good. God, but the dynamics where not every single note is played at the same volume and intensity, they are crushing it. This horn section is just absolutely on fire. Going out to DK Summit or DK Snowboard Cross, this is a famous Mario Kart soundtrack. I mean, this is the sound of Mario Kart. Mario Kart Wii especially. This song is this is one of the most representative Mario Kart songs ever. For each Mario Kart game, the track soundtracks all have a similar genre, sound, feeling, use of certain instruments that go through all of the songs on that game, and especially like the main menu and the Wi-Fi menu and the player menu and all this stuff. And in Mario Kart Wii, you have all this really fast ride work. I mean, so many Mario Kart Wii soundtracks, you're hearing them right now. They are just so iconic, especially for all the people who grew up with Mario Kart Wii. I know there's a lot of you guys watching. So you have almost like a drum and bass, like fast drum beat with so much ride work and synths. So many synth pads. And this one is unique because it actually has this little voice counting off 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top. There's very rarely vocals in Mario Kart music. In fact, this was the only track I'm pretty sure to have any kind of vocal effect at all until Mario Kart Tour came in with LA Laps and Amsterdam Drift. And by the way, I love that there's like a choir now in Mario Kart for Mario Kart Tour. But this is such a cool, just check out the intro. I mean, it's so iconic right out of the gate. And we'll see later that Singapore Speedway kind of plays into this genre a little bit, which I love. If you love, you know, fast, chill electronic music. And then the melodies. A lot of time in Mario Kart, all the way back to Mario Kart 64, you have the bass staying on the 1. He's basically staying on the 1 right here on the second chord. Even though the chord has changed, this is a classic Mario Kart bass line trick that is just so great. And then we have a little bit of a modulation here for the second B section. It's so iconic. Probably one of the top 10 Mario Kart themes, not just for me, but probably all of you guys would agree if we took some big survey, and that might be fun to do sometime. Let's go just see what they do with this for the Booster Course Pass, because it's such an iconic track. Here we go. Wow. Already have a high drone up at the top. Oh, the bass comes in with the drop at the top. Oh. Oh. It's so tight, the drums. I love the snare effect. Oh, not electric guitar. Really, why'd you have to bring in the electric guitar on this one? Oh man, you guys give me a hard time, and I know I give these songs a hard time with all this electric guitar in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And most of the tracks, okay, great. You know, it sounds good, it's fine. I know a lot of you guys love the electric guitar, and you're like, why do you hate the electric guitar so much? But you really had to come in and solo over this song. Okay, if you're watching electric guitarists, I think you're amazing. You guys are an awesome band. I just love like purely electronic versions, and I just find it funny right now. I can't stop smiling that they actually put electric guitar on DK Summit. It still sounds tight as hell though. Ooh. Well, I gotta go back to that little accent. How'd it come out right here? Oh, the bassist is making such great choices on how to Oh, he's going up a whole step each time. He keeps doing this on new versions. Instead of pedaling on the 1 like I was telling you guys. Now he's pedaling on the 1. Now he's going down a little bit, but he's keeping that 1 mixed in on the bass line. I'm all about what this bass player is doing on every single track. Oh yeah, Van Halen. Yeah, Van Halen is that's how you relate to young gamers today. Just have a lot of Van Halen electric guitar. I digress. Oh, that was cool. A little drop for percussion with a little drum loop in the background with a little speeding up at the end. Right here. But what I noticed most about this section is you don't have that ride going through it. You have a lot of other stuff in that area, like those high level synth little flourishes that are coming in here and there, but you've gone back to just like a smaller cymbal and a really tight snare drum pattern. It sounds good. I gotta shout out Lewis Cole again. It honestly kind of reminds me of Lewis Cole again. And you don't know what I'm talking about when I say Lewis Cole. Get on board, guys. Okay, guys, Yoshi's Island. Here we go. This is a big one, and we've heard it already in the trailer. Oh yeah. There is actually a tuba playing the bass line. Wow. Oh my god. This is great. You got a ukulele like Django Reinhardt style. This is classic like acoustic jazz. And then this, the second version, it gets so swingy and the reeds take it over. And they're having fun with the melody. They're punching it in different places, punching the rhythms. Now, of course, This is based on some classic, oh god, the electric guitar just... You have acoustic guitar, electric guitar, accordion. So many instruments are on each of these songs. I don't know if you guys realize how many people are playing on this. I'm gonna say this is at least like 18 musicians. Now the bass is walking hard. Ooh, listen to this little reintroduction right here. The toms are so like hi-fi. It does sometimes when you hear the big drum set, it kind of takes away from the folk feel of it, but nonetheless, amazing soundtrack. And yes, I know about the results music. We're gonna get to that in a second. It's so cool because this takes from the classic Yoshi's Island soundtracks and redoes these famous Yoshi themes in a new way. So here is the original Yoshi's Island theme. And again, it's really hard to beat SNES for me. They did so much with so little here. And that's why maybe I tend to go away from the over-the-top kind of maximalist approach. As much as I love the new band and all those arrangements, this kind of stuff with just a few sounds and what they did with so little is just always blows my mind. It has a great characteristic of its own. It's actually pleasant to listen to. It still holds up. And so they redid the original Yoshi's Island theme. It's perfect. Now, the big surprise yesterday was that there was Yoshi Island results music that was unique to this track, just like F-Zero or Animal Crossing. So let's see what is the results music. I'm sure this is going to blow my mind because they went this extra mile to do this. What a nice, this is a real Easter egg. Oh my god. Oh, the little marimba run up. You have the little cymbals. It's like a little monkey with a toy. And we're just going to repeat. Now, are you telling me this is a new version of the original results music from Yoshi's Island? If that's true, wow. Hats off. Oh, cool. Nice. They translated that into the marimba. How fun it must be to be in the room with this band and whoever's the musical director, MD, and you're sitting down and you're listening to these originals and you're writing it out for everyone and seeing what happens. The reason I give this band a pass for every little thing that is not personally my taste is that it's so cool seeing what a live band does when they get in a room together, be it 5 of them or 18 of them, and they are playing this original soundtrack on their computer and they're charting it out and they're coming up with their own arrangements and they sit down and they listen to what it sounds like when this group of people does this together. That is what it's all about. It's so cool and there's so much personality on display in this band for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Wait, there's a custom start grid? Does that play when people are taking up their starting positions? That's awesome. And thanks, Tom TZ Gaming, for the links. Wow, we are already into the next half of this wave, and we're going to Bangkok Rush. Wow. Guys, I talked about Bangkok Rush a little bit on SwiftJar's channel. I joined him on a video. It's my favorite Mario Kart Tour City track. It is so visually beautiful. I also love Southeast Asia. Been to Vietnam and Cambodia. Haven't actually been to Thailand yet. Shout out to Nat. One day we will be hanging out there and having a sing-ha together. But I love what they did with this city track. The music in particular is fantastic. And right from this opening right here, these big brass hits, this huge major 7, and we're in this jazz fusion mode. We were like, whoa. And we were trying to figure out what was the music going to be for Thailand, just like we were with Amsterdam and others. And you really don't really know. You have classic Thai traditional music, which sounds something like this. And you have great, fantastic, like 60s and 70s, like Thai funk and underground rock music, which sounds something like this. I'm a big fan of that stuff. I was kind of hoping they'd go in that direction, but instead, imagine you're at a huge convention in Bangkok, or you're at a huge wedding and there's the biggest, best wedding band you could ever have, and they are playing basically this heavy fusion in style big band music. And that's what you have here. You have a lot of percussion going on, very Latin percussion influenced. But this section, you have those little bells. Those are kind of like, I don't know what you call them. They're kind of like temple bells. So cool. And you suddenly have some of that ancient Thai sound. Like you're in a sacred place filled with ancient history and great ancient music. And then you go into a third section, right, that has a crazy flute solo in it. This third section no one was expecting it. I love when there are 3 full sections in a Mario Kart song. Let's hear what this sounds like in the new Mario Kart 8 band. This is going to be crazy. My friend Hideaki, I reached out to him. I was like, what the heck is this referencing? This song in Spain by Chick Corea is what Hideaki said might have been an influence. You can hear more of that on your own and you can let me know. So here we go. We're going to start with those big band hits, and then we're going to have the awesome first section. We're going to have the second section that brings in the ancient Thai sounds. Then we're going to have that third crazy solo section. Freaking mess me up. Okay, drummer's going nuts. Full on slap bass, are you serious? Okay, all right. Go off. Oh wow, nice little jump fill. What was that? What's that like scratchy sound leading into the second verse? I gotta say, slap bass, that's a choice. That's definitely a choice. You hear so much the metallic, like kind of string sounds of the popping. It's got a different kind of timbre than the original Mario Kart Tour version. I'm gonna do a quick hot take. Mario Kart Tour version better. I haven't even made it to the second section yet. That's probably unfair of me to say. But you lose something of the beauty of the song. This is more like unhinged. It's more over the top. Even playing through all those fills a little bit. It's such a moving bass line too. Here we go. Alright. I want those hits to be bigger. Third section. Flute solo. God, the bongo guys are going crazy. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like tour version is the original, and this is just a live version. It just sounds like a live band covering the original. And when you have a live band covering the original, there's usually musicians are taking more chances. They're playing more crazy fills. It doesn't quite have the organization and intention behind the original recording. And that's not a knock on this version. It's still cool. I prefer the tour version. Let me know what you guys think. It's a really fun track and an awesome soundtrack. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to not listen to the front running versions, okay? DS Mario Circuit. Now, I guess we gotta address this one because apparently with Tour, when it came out last week, it was a whole different version from the Mario Kart DS version. So let's do a quick retrospective of the history of Mario Kart DS soundtracks. So this is shared with Figure 8 Circuit as well. This is such a banger. I'm sorry, but the punctuation and impact of that drum pattern. This is absolute Lewis Cole. You know Lewis Cole grew up playing this just like I did. Guys, I mean, this literally sounds like this Lewis Cole song right here. So this is really hard to beat for me. Tour usually just remasters the original, but this is a whole new version. I mean, it sounds a little sanitized. Do you know what I'm saying? Because as music technology improves, things sound better. But do they? It's kind of subjective, right? Think of it with like computer effects and stuff. Like, yeah, the new stuff, it makes hair look absolutely perfect and water look absolutely perfect. Isn't there something cool to like old special effects? There's something cool to old video game music. So when you have a brand new band, as time goes on, this isn't even a band, this is kind of a MIDI electronic version, but there's something lost from the original. It sounds slicker, it sounds a little more glossy, it sounds more perfect. It doesn't have as interesting of a characteristic to it. It's still a banger. It's still an absolute banger. Mario Kart music are always bangers. The melodies are fantastic. The drum parts are still cool as heck. Let's see how it sounds in the new one. All right, we have this intro here. Sounds good with real horns. Okay, they used... Oh, here we go. This is a great synthesis of the two, because this has an actual drum machine. It's not a live drummer. Thank you for using electronic drums. The electric guitar is great. It sounds like the real person, and it's not just... Oh! Little electric piano fill. You gotta hear this right here. Woo! Yeah. horns coming in on that. Whoa, I'm blown away. Oh, I love that little synth pad that just dies out. Oh, it's just out, I'm out. That's so cool. Right here, it's in, and it's like, so good. Ooh, came in with a little harmony during its. Kudos to this synth player. He knows exactly when to play and when not to. You hear this other melody? He comes in with a harmony on top of it. And now he's back in fully. And the drums have that Lewis Cole impact that the original DS version used to have. Okay, now we're on to the 4 on the floor. We have every beat accentuated with the percussion slightly and with the bass. You hear how that's different from the rest of the song? Now we have more space in the drum beat without those pulsing quarter notes. Wow, they really took the best of both worlds with this version. I am very happy about it. You even have record scratching, which you gotta love in Mario Kart. Okay, Waluigi Stadium. Let's revisit the original. This is the original, which is basically the same in Mario Kart Wii. This is funny because, as you can see, it's Waluigi Stadium and Wario Coliseum. They share the music. A lot of tracks at the time shared soundtracks. We talked about this before on other waves, but this was leaked in the prefetch data mine, and we didn't know which track was going to be coming to the Booster Course Pass until we saw in the banner image that Waluigi Stadium was indeed shown with the fireballs. So we knew this track was coming. We've been waiting for this one, and this just screams Double Dash. This like almost ska upbeat, that fast tempo with the accents on the offbeat. And the horns playing the main line. This is basically like your, your Mighty Mighty Boss tones or whatever. So, is it going to have a full-on ska feel with a big band, a big horn section in the new one, or do they totally reinterpret it? Let's see. No. Whoa, they did not kind of nail the ska sound, did they? This is interesting. It's very cartoony. They had like higher reeds playing the drums are just. This sounds just like more like Looney Tunes vibe or something. This is. I'm trying to listen to the electric guitar in the left channel. There's nothing doing the and I don't even know if the original was really doing that either, but that is the feel, and they don't really have that here. The guitar's just going do 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 do, and it's just the feel is very simple. Nice little harmony. Oh, second version, he went to the toms with no backbeat. So he's not doing the normal backbeat you would hear. He's just doing a tom thing. Now we're back in it. That's a little goofy. It's making my eyes cross a little bit, to be quite honest with you. Trying to go with it. Okay, we have some synths playing this, but you know what? It just doesn't go hard enough, does it? We're going to Singapore Speedway. Let's go. This is I never forget when I heard this for the first time. Because this intro, I'll demonstrate on the piano if I can. This is how I'm hearing this opening chord. It's basically the bass is holding a 5. There's no bass in this, but the implication is that you're doing a 5/1. So you don't really know where this is going, but it's building, and this has got like a full-on like EDM drum beat. It's pretty slow, it's pretty chill. This is immediately a fan favorite. Listen to all the cool electronic vocal samples in the background. We have an awesome classic Mario Kart V section, totally jazzy. A high kind of flute type melody played on synth. That is. And then you have this lo-fi like high pass filter on this, or low, whatever it's called, low pass, high pass. Where it sounds all tinny like in a telephone. And here we're building up with that 5 again over the 1. I've been needing to like actually sit and listen to this song with you guys for so long. I could analyze Singapore Speedway for like 10 more minutes, but we don't have time for that. Gotta get to 7,000 subs now. Come on. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I'm just gonna say I've heard that it lives up to the expectation. I hope you guys didn't overhype it. I hope you're right. Let's enjoy. Wow. So they've actually accented a different note in the chord on this version. This is as if the bass were doing something like this over this chord. Here we go. Oh my God. Oh, the side keyboard fills. Ah, God damn. Oh yes, now we are in. Oh my God. These chords, I can't. Ooh, okay, I got chills, guys, I got chills. They didn't do the pass on this one, the filter. The string stabs are so classic, man. That is so fun. Oh my God, the claps with the drum beat. It's interesting that, oh God, that, see, the bassist and the keyboardists are just committing to that. And the way the keyboard is playing those little chord fills right there. One more time. You could almost loop that one bar and that would be like a trance, like epic in its own right. To loop that one bar and that would to loop that one bar and it's loop that one epic in its own right. God, they crushed this one, man. They crushed this one, I gotta admit. And you know, is there a coincidence that there's not a bunch of drum fills all over it and electric guitars shredding over it? I would say no. This is really how you do it right. You do a full electronic new remake, not a remix, a remake of the original version. Man, that was killer. One of the coolest things you can do is when a certain section of a track fades seamlessly into a alternate styled version where you have just a couple instruments laid over the top. And in this case, you have these amazing Oriental instruments playing on top. And the intervals, keeping those in Oriental music or Asian music, these kind of like fifth intervals playing the whole melody together in a seamless interval where they stay together. That's how you get that sound. But just like 3DS Rainbow Road, where the sound changes when you're on the moon to the anti-gravity version, and they've done the whole version of this song so that no matter where you are in the track, whenever you pass through Chinatown, you get this version fading seamlessly in and out. It's so cool. Oh, that's fun how it doesn't hold, because these are all like little staccato instruments right here. That's really nice. And then, oh wow, that is, for them to add multiple. They didn't just like throw one instrument on top to make it like an Asian sounding version. There are like 3 or 4 extra instruments in this version. Wow. Oh God! Wow. Hats off. I'm literally taking my hat off to you, because that was beautiful. That concludes the Next Wave soundtrack reaction video. Wow, we did it, guys. Thanks for listening. Sometimes I don't really know what to say about the songs. I'm just feeling them. I'm going off the cuff. If I had more time and listened to them and took notes and studied, I could tell you all kinds of other little details and references, I'm sure. But this is just my first reaction to the soundtracks. It's so much fun listening to them. I love the Mario Kart 8 band's version of all of these. They crushed it. So many cool things. Let me know your favorite from these 8, okay? And then make sure you go to my other video where I've asked for your requests on soundtrack reaction choices. Pick your favorite track from your favorite soundtrack, and let's see if we can get some upvotes for your request, and go through and like some other votes as well so I can know what you guys want to see me react to as a group. So guys, that'll do it for today. Help me get to 7,000 subs by subscribing on your way out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys for more Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart 8 coverage. Until the next one, take care, stay safe, and be kind to one another. Peace.